Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, all about real estate. My name is Lewis. In today's video, I have something very cool planned. We're going to go ahead and take a look at homes for sale in Roseville, California. Happens to be my market. However, I'm going to walk you through the process in which I look at some of these properties. So we'll pull up a listing, we'll take a look at the street view, we'll get a feel for what the neighborhood looks like, some of the surrounding amenities. I'll show you how to take a look at where it rates on the spectrum as far as crime is concerned, and we'll dig into some pretty cool tips and tricks. So anyway, if you are new to the channel and we're meeting for the first time, again, my name is Lewis. We talk all things finance, real estate, and investing. If you haven't done so already, consider hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe button, and let's get right to it. Here we are. I'm sharing my screen. I have redfin.com pulled up. This is one of my favorite websites and favorite apps to just search for homes that are on the MLS. So I'm going to actually just walk you through exactly how I search for properties here and some of the filters that I use. So as I mentioned, we're going to take a look here in Roseville, California. All right, and I'm just going to do a broad search here with the entire area of Roseville. What I want to do is start applying some filters. Right here under the for sale tab, I click on that. I want to take out the pending and under contract. I'm not really interested in looking at those properties right now. And then I want to go ahead and filter by price. So let's enter a price range. Let's see. We'll say the minimum's 300,000, and let's say the maximum is, I don't know, let's go 700,000 just to see what we come up with here. Now under the home type tab, I want to go ahead and click on house. I'm looking for single family properties. And under beds and baths, I want at least a minimum of 3 beds with 2 baths here. Click done. Now, there's this little all filters tab here. You can click on that and it pulls up a little bit more details here. And so you can give it a minimum as far as square footage goes. Say 1,400 square feet is the minimum. And let's say lot size you want, let's say at least 4,500 square foot lot. It's a reasonable size. Give you a little bit of backyard, maybe a little side yard. So we'll start there. You can edit the amount of stories or the year built if you're looking for like an older or a newer home. And then it has garage spots, let's say 2-car garage at least. And then pool type, you can select, private pool, community pool, no pool. I'm just going to leave it as any. Now, one of my favorite filters here is the actual price per square foot. Now, the average price per square foot in Roseville right now is about $350, give or take a little bit. So let's say we leave the minimum price per square foot out, but let's put a cap on the square footage at, let's say, $400 a foot. So we want at least the average or lower. If you want to get aggressive, since it doesn't allow us to click 350, we could put $300 a foot, but it's really going to take down the amount of available homes that are for sale. Let's go ahead and see homes. So there's only 9 homes here in the Roseville area based on that criteria. So it doesn't give us a huge sample size to work with. In fact, some of these actually look like they're new construction. They're not even finished being built at this point. Yeah, see, new construction, new construction, new construction. So it just basically means that we're going to have to adjust these filters to get a little bit more inventory to see. Let's click on this one just as an example here first. So this property, 101 Roadhouse Court, priced at $685,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,784 square feet. This zip code here, 95747, that's going to be out in West Roseville. Let's take a look at this place. So it looks really nice. Looks like fairly newer construction. It's been updated. You got some decent floors here. This yard looks really nice. Anyways, it looks like overall a really clean looking property. Now, if you scroll down, you can see some of the home details here. So you can see that this was at one point pending. It's back on the market. It's been on market for about 20 days. It's a single family home built in 1999. You have a lot size at 8,200 square feet. So that's a really decent sized lot. And if you scroll down, you can even get some of the mortgage details. Now, let me take you over to how I get a feel for what the neighborhood looks like. So what I do first is I highlight the entire address here and I copy it. And then I go open up another window and I go to Google and I search just the address. And there's a couple things that it does here. One, it gives me an overview of the map, which we'll look at in a second, but it also gives me a street view. So what I like to do is click on the street view here, and then I just like to scroll around and see what the neighbors' homes look like, see if we can see anything that looks out of place. This looks like it's in a nice court. Homes look really well kept. Landscaping looks well maintained. There's not a bunch of eyesores out there or anything that really looks alarming. And I just like to scroll through the neighborhood to see kind of what's going on. Then what I like to do is go back to the map because I want to see exactly where this property is located and what is nearby. So if we scroll out a little bit here, so this little red dot is actually where the subject property is located. And if I scroll out, I can take a look at the area. So this property is off of the freeway. This is Highway 65. This is Blue Oaks. It's kind of a main road, or one of the main exits off the freeway there on Highway 65. You can see it's not too far off the highway, which I think is really nice. And then if you start scrolling in, you can see what is nearby. So you have a Top Golf nearby. That's really cool. You have a Jersey Mike's Sub, a pizza place, a Chipotle, a Pete's Coffee. And as we go closer to the subject property, let's see what else is over here. Okay, we have a Nugget Market, which is really a nice market. You have a pizza place, frozen yogurt, a smash burger. Then you have, looks like a Safeway, a gas station, and a Chase Bank. So you have some really nice grocery stores nearby. You have some nice amenities. You're close to the freeway. Looks like a pretty great area overall. Now, from here, what I usually will do is pull up greatschools.org, and I will paste the address in there as well because I want to see the assigned schooling and see how those schools are rated. So you can see the first ones that pop up are the assigned schools. We have Blue Oaks Elementary School. You have Robert C. Cooley Middle School. You have Wood Creek High School. Overall, these ratings look pretty good. 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 9 out of 10. And they're overall pretty close to the subject property. Like Blue Oaks Elementary is K through 5. It's only a half mile away. And then you have the middle school, which is 0.4 miles away. That's 6th through 8th grade. Then you have Wood Creek High School, which is about 2 miles away. And then I like to pop over to the crimemapping.com, which, by the way, I'm going to link all of this here in the show notes. And crime mapping gives you kind of an idea on what's going on in the area, if there's a ton of incidences and things like that. So I plugged in the address. This is the subject property, and then you can kind of see what is going on. Now, if we go back to the search real quick and you did not find enough properties that you were looking for, my recommendation would be to go through and actually adjust these filters, and then you can actually save the search if you wanted. So let's say you wanted to increase the price to $750,000. You could go ahead and do that on that filter. Let's say you did not need a lot size that was 4,500 square feet. You could put no minimum. And let's say you're okay with something that would be 1,000 square feet or higher, you could go ahead and adjust that as well. It's going to open up a lot more homes for sale as soon as you adjust those filters. So you can also remove the outline that allows you to search the surrounding areas as well. Like here is Rockland as an example right over here. And then if you're still not finding anything that you want, what you can do is reset all the filters and then just see every home that's out there. I would, however, go to the for sale tab and take out the pending or properties that are under contract because they aren't available. And then you can kind of just scroll in and then look at what else is for sale. If we take a look at this property, the reason it didn't land in our filters is because it was a 2-bed, 2-bath, and the lot size is a little smaller on this one. But this looks like a great little property in the East Roseville area. And then you can kind of just repeat the process. Copy the address, go in, plug it into a quick Google search. This one's in a gated community, so it doesn't have a street view, but if you click on the map, you can scroll out and just go through this and see exactly what is nearby. Like over here, as an example, you have a Safeway, you have a Home Goods, UPS, a Starbucks. Let's see, there's a Chick-fil-A up here, there's a Laboo, a Walmart. So you're near some shopping and some of those amenities. And you can kind of keep doing this until you get a really good feel for what the area is like. And you can do the same thing with the schools on this one. Just copy and paste the address, do a search, pulls up the assigned schools. You have Excelsior rated an 8 out of 10, less than a mile away. Maidu, 7 out of 10, about a third of a mile away. And then you have the It looks like you have the junior high school as well as Granite Bay High School is what's assigned to this particular address. That one's a 10 out of 10. And then of course you can do the same with the crime mapping. I'll save some time. I won't do it in this one, but gives you a really good idea on some of the tools that are available to see not only what is going on in the area, but also to get a feel or catch a vibe for how the actual street is and what your neighbors would be like. All right, so that is some of the things that I do when I'm looking at property here on the MLS. I just use redfin.com, and then I use some of those other sites that are mentioned, so gradeschools.org, crime mapping, and just simple Google search and things like that. You can also use tools such as yelp.com to see what kind of restaurants are nearby, other amenities that are available. So I'm going to link to all of those here in the show notes. Hope you found this useful. Leave your comments below. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.